What's up, guys? Funnel team. DK here with apparently my Mr. Clean brother from another mother over there. He got the memo. Hey, wear a white t-shirt to the live training today, and look at us. And no, we did not plan that. It just kind of happened. Bill, what's
Yeah.
going on, man? What has you fired up and excited to hang with the funnel team today?
Uh, y- I'm just excited. You know that things are jamming. We're really turning the corner. We say that a lot, but
Yep.
we really are. It turns and turns and turns. I like the hype. We're going to talk about it a little bit. I love the competition of the other companies out there because I just use my numbers. I had a great day yesterday. As everyone knows, I always train about going out to captains, but I market also and I go for signups and had a great day yesterday testing out the new funnel
Yep.
and had a couple sales, and I had the best. Another guy I brought in a captain. I'm trying to invite him here now. Brought in a captain a couple other days, and full disclosure, I gotta say it. He hit me with one of the companies that we're gonna talk a little bit about,
Yep.
and I just told him, "You're nuts." I said, "I don't work. I don't get out of bed for less than 50%.
Yeah.
Fast starts, and we'll get into that." And then I go, let alone that's even stale. And he goes, what do you got? So I just shot the video over, but we've worked together in the past.
Yep.
And he was the one that replied. He goes, after I watched that video, I was ready. I was just ready to pay. I'm all in. He told
Is
me.
it, oh, and
So
that was with the new funnel, right?
he was the one that commented. He
Yeah.
was and
That's funny.
and he's a lieutenant. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So it's good stuff.
That's
So yeah,
funny. So
fired up.
yeah, so for you guys, to be all on the same page, Bill shared our brand new funnel, which is, in our app and in your members areas is known as the Seeker Code. That's the new funnel that we just unveiled on Monday. So Bill shared that with, someone that's been in the industry for a very long time, and they watched it and they're like, "Oh man, I'm ready to sign up, I'm ready to get started after just watching that." So that was good. And I want to throw a quick shout out before we go too far into today's live, and we go down the rabbit hole of all things that's going on out there in the industry and in the world and everything. Let's do some shout outs to sales. Specifically, we had another brand new person just get started, and this is what I freaking love, man. I love this stuff because we called him out earlier. Michael Knott, brand new person, just made a sale this week. Just got started last week. Just made a sale this week. Jessica DeSalvia, I hope I said that right, Jessica, if you're here. Um, she's down under Kirsty. She made a sale, just got started recently. Already made her first sale, which is absolutely awesome. And I don't know if I'm going to say this name right. I hope so. Lino Andrade. Literally just got started on, and Catherine could correct me if on this. Lino's down under Catherine. Lino got started either Monday or Tuesday, turned around and already got his first sale. Frigging awesome. Like, just got started days ago, 2 days ago. Already made their first sale. So I love, 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 love seeing brand new people come in, take massive action, get sales. It's just absolutely awesome. And I believe, and again, Catherine can correct me on this one in the comments or not, but I think Lino also used the brand new funnel, which is really, really cool. So, just kind of proof in the pudding, guys, that, some of the newer stuff that we're putting out there, it works. It works. So, really good stuff right there. So, a couple of quick shout outs there. Now, one of the things that I want
Oh,
to,
you missed a few names.
I did. Oh, my bad. My bad. Go ahead.
You got Cynthia Crockett. She's worked
Oh,
in a
yeah. I was
suite.
just talking about new timers, but yeah. Okay.
Okay, no problem. You got Shannon as usual. Just consistency.
Yeah, of
You always say
course.
consistency. And there's a bunch of other names I don't
Sim
recognize.
in there.
Oh, that's what I was looking for. Because congratulations on Sim on her rank up. That's just the beginning.
Oh, that's
And,
right. That's right.
yeah,
She hit
and
gold this week.
she hit
What's up?
gold.
Round of
But
applause down in the comments. Put a bunch of A's down in the comments for Sim for
yeah,
ranking up to gold this week, smashing that out.
real quick, what made me excited, I even mentioned this to Ivy Stokes, is that Sim hung in this group for months, I
Yeah.
think months, waiting
Yep.
for us to go global. And then she comes in and she just knock, she gets started right away. I mean, that
Yep.
is, she must have been training the whole time, just, stomping at the bit.
You
So
know what?
anyway, good stuff.
Let's. let me chime in on that too because that's friggin' awesome. You want to talk about there's one word that comes to mind when I think about that. So, Sim, I see you watching right there. Just give a wave. Actually, you know what, Sim, unmute your mic. Just come out and say hey. Just say hello. You don't have to say much if you don't want to, but just come on out and say hello. Good to have you on here. Um, if you want, if your mic's not working, it's okay. But
She's
just give
got
me a thumbs
here.
up if you're gonna come on board. I'll let you come say hey. No?
She's
Okay.
she was looking for the unmute.
Okay. All right. Well, either way, she's on live with
Okay.
us. She's watching as usual. But one word comes to mind when I think about Sim, and this is something that I want you guys to like just let resonate here for a second, and that is patience. Just such an awesome, awesome thing that she has and she carried with her because when we were in our previous opportunity when it was global, Sim's up in Canada, right? So she could get out there and um, she could get out there and do her thing. But as soon as we switched over to my econ last August and it was USA only, she, was kind of left out in the dark there a little bit. But here's the thing is she hung with us the entire time. She showed up to almost every single live training, the Tuesday webinars, and she was there. She was present. And what she started doing is building an arsenal of content because she knew that we were working on global. She knew it was coming and she was getting ready for it. And she hung in there the entire time. And it just shows the patience that she has, and it's freaking awesome. So I applaud her for that and getting out there and just going for it right out of the gate. And she's already made multiple sales, already ranked up, which is just awesome. Sim, you got your mic figured out now?
I think I do.
Yes, you're
Yes.
good. We can hear you. So shout out, congratulations to you. I love your patience. I love the fact that you hung in there with us. And by the way, like none of this was planned. We just kind of like stumbled across this, and I just want to say congrats. And what what for you? Just kind of for everybody here. What for you made you just want to like hang in there? Like you knew it was coming. You hung in there. Like what gave you that drive to do that?
I think just everything that I've been through in the last 3 years with you guys, like all the training is set up for me. Like, I don't know. It's just, I feel like now is the time.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Awesome, awesome. Well, we appreciate you being here. We appreciate you hanging out. Again, congratulations on
Thank
hitting gold.
you.
We know that's your first little baby step in the ranks here. Platinum's right around the corner. Do you have that written down? Do you know when you're going to hit that?
I do have it written down actually.
Awesome. Of course you do. Nice, nice. Tell us if you want, or you can keep it a secret. But
I'll keep it a secret.
okay, okay. Awesome, awesome. Well, again, we appreciate you. Thank you for being
Thank
here.
you.
Keep kicking ass and keep doing your thing. Love it. So, I mean, guys, just think about that. That's a lot of us when we get into this business and this industry. Everybody wants. We're in the day and age of technology and information. Everybody wants like instant results, instant overnight success. And you look at someone like Sim, who, I mean, crap, from August until, I mean, when did we activate global? February? Was it February or is it March? I think it was February.
It still feels like yesterday.
I know it really literally feels like yesterday. But either way, I mean, like, what, 6 months? 6 months she hung in there. Most people would have quit. Most people would have moved on. Most people would have said, forget this, I'm moving on. And then those same people that would have said, hell no, and they would have probably jumped from one opportunity to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. But, Sim was like, hang on, I know what we got here is good. Like, I've experienced it before. I've seen it before. Like, I know this is good. I'm going to wait for this. And that's, I want you guys to just kind of think about that and maybe feel that a little bit because like we have the proof, we have the documentation. That's I had mentioned that yesterday with you guys. Like you have the proof in the pudding. Like you guys have the documentation right in front of you with the team, what we do, the sales, the new members making sales every single week, like all that stuff. Like you guys have that. And Bill, like, let me know your thoughts on this because I was thinking about, and I'm going to make a video about this today, and I would suggest maybe some of you guys also think about this. Um, I thought about a video concept idea, and I think it's 1,000% true. Is that there's something called, we could phrase it however we want, but it's like the my econ problem. What is the problem with my econ? Like, and the one problem that I see is just enough people don't know about it. That's it. Like, we have the compensation plan, and we can talk about this a little more with kind of a lot of the hype. And I've been seeing more of this hype in my news feeds lately, and it's I kind of want to slam on other people's posts, but I don't because I want to I want to be nice. But there's a lot of hype out there, and the problem that we have on our hands here is just enough people don't know about what we have and how special it really is. Like, yeah, the funnel team, yeah, the done for you system, the over $10,000 in free value, but when you just strip that all back and you just look at the basic compensation plan that we have, up to 94% direct commissions, on average 70 to 94% direct commissions, and there's like enough people just don't know about that because right now everyone's going crazy, at least in my social media feed, everyone's going crazy for this new pre-launch BS for 20% commissions and 2.5% residuals. Like,
25, Dan. They'll hold you to that.
yeah,
25.
I, I feel bad. Like, I feel bad for the people that are getting excited about that. And I saw like one guy that's in my news feed, and it's like, and his post was the quintessential stereotypical, like, everybody needs to get in on this, rah rah, you're going to make so much money. It's the standard BS. And that same guy 45, 60 days ago said the same exact thing about another company. 45 days before that said the same exact thing about another opportunity. 3 months ago said the same exact thing about another. It's like, man, don't you ever get tired of like pre-launch and hype? Like, and I think that for me is kind of the my econ problem. Like, enough people don't know about it. Like, everyone's excited about, like, right now, people are excited about garbage pay. Like, literally garbage pay. 25% direct commissions, like 2.5% residuals, 50 cents. You're excited about 50 cents? Like, I want to set it. Like, if I got excited about that, I would expect someone to hit me with a baseball bat every time I walked out my front door to be like, what is wrong with you? Like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that just doesn't make sense. So for me, I was going to make a video this morning called the My Econ Problem. Um, and just talk about, like, we need more people to know about this, because once you know about it, you're like, whoa, like, that's pretty special. I know your thoughts on that, Bill.
Oh, I got a lot of them. Oh my God. So when Dan and I come on here, we freestyle. We don't have nothing planned. I was going to talk about our community when you were on that subject, but you moved, so we'll go into this. But I look at it like an opportunity.
Hmm.
I actually embrace this because when you need people to know, as Dan said, to learn about our opportunity, learn how good our pay plan is, there's nothing better than a false wave. I call it a
Yeah.
wave. And now this wave with Save Club, I'm just going to say the name, I don't care. And this wave that they're having for all the wrong reasons, we get to use what we have just as education. We don't
Hmm.
have to do opinions. We don't have to insult. We don't have to be mean. We are not mean. We are not haters. Because the gurus, their favorite word when you show them facts is you're a hater. Don't be afraid of that word. We're not haters. I'm going to educate them all I can. I put a video up last night. Believe it or not, you want to talk about hype? Last night, I got over 3,200 views already
Hmm.
by using a phrase that I used. And literally, like, that's like a record for me in one day. So my point is that use it, go get it, and just inform people. 50 cents, $13. 25%, 95%, and just educate everyone. So I'm looking at, I love this. It's the same thing back in 2008. I think it was 2008-ish. We had a recession. And believe it or not, business opportunities do so well in those environments. So I always look at the pros when some people look at it as negative.
Hmm.
I love the competition. It actually helps your business. It really does. And that's how I feel about it. I'm going to get it. Live Good was the target for a while because they were the fastest growing. Fastest growing doesn't mean the fastest earning.
Hmm.
If you really look at the percentages of all these companies, there's they can have a million reps in any company, but you got to see, like Dan does the math, you got to see how many people are making six figures
Yep.
in a million person company versus 100,000. And if you got, like, 20 times the people making six figures in a 100,000 company, you're better off in that company than the big company
Yep.
because math doesn't lie. So
Well,
that's how I feel.
let me sidetrack you there for 1 second. Well, staying on the same rail here is both companies. And this is just education for you guys. This isn't hating on Live Good, hating on Save Club. It's just math, guys. It's basic math, and that's something that we here at the Funnel Team have always tried to give you is data, right? We have the data from our funnels, we have the data from our compensation plan, and like I'll give you two examples. Like right now, a hype phrase that you guys hear in the industry right now, like when Live Good launch, right now at Save Club too, is power line. You hear the term power line and think like, oh man, like I'm gonna get in this power line and I'm like guaranteed these sales, right? One of Live Good's claim to fame was, and this is what caused them to get hundreds of thousands of members in their first few months, is they said that you could make up to $2,000 per month without recruiting a single person. $2,000 per month without recruiting anyone. Now, that is obviously, as we know, data. That is a huge pie in the sky type of claim to make, but people ate it up. Everybody ate it up, right? Because it sounded like you could literally get something for nothing. You could just sign up, sit back, and let the commissions roll in. So when you look at the data, here we are, what, 3 years later? Live Good has over a million members. How many people in the company, based on facts, based on data, are making $2,000 a month that haven't recruited a single person? Zero.
Zero.
There's not a single person that can back up that fact, that data. Not a single person. And now, again, part of the hype train you have with a company like Safe Club, you have another power line play similar to Live Good, and it's the same claim. I don't know the exact dollar amount.
I think it's $4,095
Yeah,
they
again, you
got with
can
it.
make thousands of dollars without recruiting a single person. So
Yes.
the crazy part is you already have Live Good as the example that it hasn't happened yet with over a million members. And now Save Club's going to jump on board and on the same train and be like, get in the power line and make thousands a month without doing anything. Like, and the sad part is that's what people fall for because they're just uneducated. And when I say uneducated, I don't mean stupid. I just mean they just don't know enough about how the compensation plan works. But when you know the math and you understand basic math, you realize that it's literally just, you know, any compensation plan expert or creator, when these, CEOs are creating these compensation plans, could do the math and be like, hey, if we got 72 million members and no one recruited a single person, you could make $1,200 a month without recruiting anyone. So, and then they just take that and they throw it into the comp plan, they throw it into the VSL and the hype train, and everyone jumps all over it, even though mathematically it's possible, but it's a 0.0000001% chance of it actually happening. But it is possible. You know what I mean? So you just,
I don't even think it's possible with all the
yeah.
gotchas, say the truth. But on that note, I mean, these companies, I mean, we're really getting down and dirty here. So let's just talk shop for a second. Maybe do a little, maybe it will help someone, about know about the industry. So there's some things that are just taboo for me. Okay, so what would happen? I'm going to give you an example first. What would happen if my econ, the owners, opened up a new company
Mm,
and they sold a different product, but they had the same compensation plan? What would happen is we would all start eating our own. maybe Dan would say, Bill, are you going? And I'll be like, no, I'm not going over there. And maybe Dan says, well, I got to add it. Next thing you know, we're splitting our team. We're eating our own. It's complete chaos. It's a
Yep.
civil war, is what it is. It's a civil war and it's a mess. So I have my sources, just for the record, being we're talking shop. No matter what they say, no matter how they, talk out of two sides of the mouth, the owner of Live Good is the real creator of this program. Okay. So now all those Live Good people are fighting to save their downline. It just shows you the soul of a company. And when I
Hmm.
say the soul of a company, you notice that a lot of times I don't even talk about the money as much as the integrity of the leadership in my econ. It's very important, team. Very important. It goes back real quick. I want to say just real quick about the community we have here with Sim. I wanted to add this before. I always say on some of the lives that Dan and Kirsty has done, you'll see me chatting and everyone's beating themselves up. Someone will say, "Well, I want to get a sale," or I'm so happy I made a sale and da 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 da. And I always say, don't always put so much pressure on yourself with just that. The community is important, meaning like have fun. You always see me chatting saying have fun. What I mean by that is our community is here. We didn't leave anyone. We have some people that still aren't with us, but we have people from 3 years ago. All this guru stuff out there, they don't have that.
Hmm.
And our community is very important, our training community. God willing, we're not going anywhere. Um, you know, our partners, I call Dan my partner, but we're not like partners. We're part of this community and we help lead the community. So I wanted to tell you before how important that is. And Sim, I keep on picking on Sim, is totally an example of it. She never would have stuck around if we were jumping in 19 different programs. So
Yeah.
that's just another another thing. So again, I know the master distributor of the new company. He's a friend of mine. I sponsored him in our other program, just so you know. And they popped him in a spot. They gave him the spot. And the truth is that this guy, after we left our first partnership, he went with Nexus Rewards after I declined Nexus Rewards. And now he's pushing the Save Club dream. And the truth is that when he was in Nexus, he said there wasn't enough money on a $10 bill. And now they're going to a $20 bill. There's still not enough money to split. You got to have too many people. Remember that, the math,
Hmm.
too many people. Someone could make a full-time living just making $70 bills without ever team building in our program. If you want a team building, you can go to the big leagues. But what I'm trying to tell you is you can make a full-time living just on personal sales. You cannot do that um, in something that, we're comparing to. So
Yeah. I mean,
hope that helps.
let me give a real dollar for dollar team example. Someone like on our team, um, you know, Kirsty, right? She crushes the $100 sales all day long. And if if that was Safe Club or anything, I mean, whatever the opportunity is, and it was a $20 commission versus a $70 commission, it would be a fraction of the income, you know? And it's, and she's able to make full-time income crushing the $100 sales. If those were $20 commissions, it would be a different story, you know. So you can make a living on just the front end sales. I mean, I'm not even talking about residual commissions or team growth. I'm talking about just front end sales. Like you would not be able to do that on $20 commissions unless you are really really crushing them in there every single day. But you'd have to be doing some. You'd have to be a monster influencer or driving monster amount of traffic. So
Well, the truth is, Dan, on that, I mean, Kirsty's done it. If you look at some of our funnels, one of them says make up to $700 or more a day.
yep,
We don't just throw those numbers out. Kirsty's done it. She's
yeah.
done over $700 in personal sales a day. So,
Hmm.
you know, she's the perfect example. And what do we say? She's special, but all the knowledge is here to
Yeah.
to catch her or even surpass her,
Yeah,
which is
she's poured
wonderful.
all of that knowledge into the community and the training. So it's like you guys have that.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, the reason why we bring a lot of this stuff up, guys, is just again, it's just we're not hating, we're not saying like these companies suck or blah 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 or whatever. It's all education. It's all education. And that's why the past couple of days, when I talked about uh, Save Club or Bill's here today, and we're talking about this stuff, is to get you trained, to get you educated, so you understand not only why we make the decisions that we do to partner with the companies that we do, but when you see what's out there and you see that hype and you see people going crazy for something other than what we're doing, it's it's sometimes you just got to take a step back and say, I always ask myself this. I literally ask myself this. I say, what does the data tell me? What does the data let me know? Take away opinion, take away hype, take away someone else's opinion. What does the data tell you? And the math, the basic math and the data tells me that, I mean, it's not even in the same ballpark. I mean, it's not even in the same ballpark. Like, I would never chase 50-cent residuals. I would never chase 25% direct commissions. We want minimum, the minimum we want for ourselves and you, minimum is 50%. And we have that and way more with our compensation plan. So, you know, we made the mistake once last year and we did less than 50% and we learned our lesson from that. And we've fairly quickly moved on.
Mhm.
And by making that move, a lot of you guys did a lot better. And that was the whole point there. So, um,
One
all
other
right.
thing on that, Dan, and then we'll switch gears and we'll get off this, I think. The litmus test for and by the way, I know for a fact, without even knowing everyone, that I'm sure there's people here that already have taken a membership. This is no hate towards you. Do what you want. We're here to support you no matter what. I'm sure there's some people it's happened. It's not about that. We're just giving the education. But one of the litmus tests is I like to do. I want to educate people. I just don't care what you do with it. I say the next time you see a guru, you don't have to be a troll. You don't have to say anything. But you can look at other people. You can look at people's Facebook walls, and next time you see a guru promising spill, promising this, promising that, get in fast because you'll be close to me, just go look at their wall, look at the other 10 programs that they did in 12 months, and just say to yourself, I mean, some of us would say it to them, but say to yourself, what happened to all those people you put in that company? Did they get the spill? Where are they at? There's dead bodies everywhere. That's a saying I always use. There's
Yeah.
dead bodies everywhere. They cashed out, moved on. Cashed out, moved on. God willing, again, you're not going to see that happen. You'll never see that happen with us. We only moved one, two times. The first time it was out of our control. The second time, everyone knows we experienced something that we had to look in the mirror, face the music. Our team wasn't eating, and
Hmm.
and here we are back at my original company. So that's the story on that for anybody
Yeah.
who
And
doesn't know it.
to exactly what you're saying, Bill, Shannon has a great comment down there, and it says, my husband was so unsure when we shifted for the second time, meaning when we went from essentially Gifu over to my econ. Um, and I get that, and we got that from a lot of you guys. And she went on to say, now he's like, don't you dare leave that team. The team is family, and it's a hundred
Yes.
percent accurate. And we as like a lot of us, and this is what you guys need to kind of understand here too. And we're jumping around here a lot, but it's all good, important stuff. Like myself, Bill, Kirsty, several of our other high performing leaders, Catherine, and some others, like we had some real, before we made that shift in like July, we had some real hard, hard, heart to heart conversations, like real hard conversations, conversations that we were literally nervous about having. Because one thing on our end is we thought like, okay, we just shifted gears 6 months ago. Are we really going to do that again? And like, what is that going to do for team confidence? Like, oh my gosh, like we just went from December into January, we just made a shift, And now here we are in July and we're thinking about shifting again. Are we stupid? Like,
Mhm.
what is that? What is that? And but this is what we talked about behind the scenes. Like, you guys didn't experience any of this. And I remember saying vividly to Bill, I'm like, dude, I'm like, I don't want to do this, dude. I'm like, I do not want to go rebuild we just started building. I don't want to rebuild the team again. I don't want to go redo all the training. I don't want to redo all this stuff. But not just that, I
It took me
don't want to
two.
do this for the team. I don't want to drag the team through this again. And
It
that
took
was
me
my
two.
emotion
I
coming
gotta
out.
say,
That
it. I'm sorry, Dan. It took me 2 weeks to go to Dan.
Yeah.
Me and Dan talk about everything. Not that I was hiding it. It was I wanted to just get the. I wanted to sleep on it. And when we had our conversation, um, it was it was me telling him we got to stop the bleeding. That was my phrase. I went
Yeah.
to him.
And
I said we got to stop the bleeding of our team. We were still making money, uh, but I'm a team builder, and if the team's not eating, and I already had experience, and I did a lot of stuff behind the scenes, a lot of discussions with Ivy Stokes, and without coming to tears, that's the kind of conversation it was.
yep.
Um, it was me just telling him how disappointed I was. What happened to me, for anyone that doesn't know, I'm going to say it because Dan brought it up, so I'm going to say it again. Guys, I was making over $1,000 on most days, never recruiting anymore. I didn't have to in our first partnership before, and others would have salvaged it. They would have salvaged it.
Hmm.
They would have ate crow and stayed after they made their comeback. And I chose to go with the team because you know, that was another conversation.
Hmm.
Uh my partners, and you know who they are, th- they weren't as thick skinned as me. Let's just say it, Dan. They had enough.
Yeah.
And I had to either choose my total pocket or my team, knowing that we'll be fine.
Yep.
And that's actually what happened. I mean, you remember those conversations, Dan?
Yeah.
They wanted us to sign stuff without getting into the nitty gritty. They wanted us to sign our life away
Yeah.
if we wanted to participate in that program after what they did to
Well,
us. So we would not do it. So
I'll circle back to, the basically the 2024 experience, especially in the beginning of the year. I'll circle back to that in a second. But, back in July, we had some real hard, heavy, heart to heart conversations. And I'm sure, Kirsty or Catherine or any of them, if they were here, would tell you the same exact thing. I remember being in a Zoom meeting, with Shannon and Celeste and Nicole and Kirsty and a few others. And like, we were literally like, just, just connecting and talking about everything that was going on. And the biggest thing here, guys, is, and this is where, we had all that emotion and feeling in July. And then towards the end of that, as we approached August, that's for me when that for me is when I said, okay, put the brakes on. Again, talking about like hype and emotion and what's going on there in the market, and everyone's like you know, all on emotion. Everyone's on emotion. And I stripped away the emotion and I said, you guys know where I'm going with this. I said, what does the data tell me? Okay. And this is where we got real with each other. And I said, the data tells me that we have thousands of people on our team and only a very small handful are making consistent sales. That data sucks. I don't like that data. And then we also said, looking at the potential data, I was like, if we make this shift and we go back to low ticket and we go back to something that's under $100, based on what I know, because I had been in my econ since 2018, I just hadn't been really active. So based on what we know, what I know about the product, what I know about, the funnels and what we can do, what would happen? And this is the question that we asked you guys, some of the other leaders, and this is what we said: what would happen for you if you went from up to a $2,500 product to a $100 product? Would you be generating more sales? Would sales be more consistent for you? We looked at that data, and resounding yes. Everyone's like, yeah, I'd go back to crushing it. I'd go back to more consistent sales. You know, I'd be eating again. I'd be generating a lot more. So after having those conversations, we all agreed that we were going to make this move. And I was still nervous about it. I still didn't want to do it because, optics, just optics. I didn't want people to see us shifting gears and then shifting gears again. And we knew, Bill and I have talked about this, Kirsty and I have talked a bit about this. Like, we knew that when we shifted gears again, we would lose people. We knew straight up that we would lose people because of shifting twice in 6 months. We knew that was going to happen. But by the time we made the move, we were 100% confident in our decision that no matter what, we were going to make this move and we were going to press on. We were going to move forward because it was 100% the right decision for the team to get more people making more sales. So when you look back and you look at the data of after we made that move, now we have brand new people making sales every single week, and we shout those people out. And it was 100% the right move to make. Was it hard and frustrating and tear jerking and like emotional, all those things? Of course it was, because you know it's you guys that are watching this, that we do this stuff for. We do this stuff for you guys. um yeah, of course she is. Of course she is. She just hosted the webinar on Tuesday night. um
Absolutely, yeah. And she knocked it out of the park.
yeah, she friggin' killed it. She
I
friggin'
wanted to
killed
give
it.
her a shout out. She helped with some sales too.
Yep.
We had a great night that night. So shout out to
um
Kirsty. I always say, good thing she's not on here. I just twisted her name up again.
so straight up, like, um you know that's why we made that move back then. And I don't know how we got onto this topic in the first place, but again, just kind of giving you guys some data and some
Yeah,
real insight, some information. It's like, ultimately, at the end of the day, like, it's about the team. Like, what we do is about the team, and just kind of going back to what's out there in the community. And folks like Sim, who are just patiently wait, because she knows that this is the real deal. Shannon just said it. It's all about us, our team, our community, the training, the education, the insight, and having those right products and services that are going to help more people. And that's why we're here. That's why we do what we do. Um,
absolutely.
so what
Everyone
I want to
smile.
do is, I want to share with, speaking of you know doing everything for the team and doing stuff for you guys. A while back, it's been a minute. A while back, I had mentioned that when we created our very first standalone funnel for just one of the products or services, and I know Clint uses this. Clint uses it really well. We have a standalone credit sales funnel. It's just all about the credit repair program. Well, we're very, very, very close to unveiling the new, I guess we'll just call it the travel membership standalone funnel. So that's going to be headed your way very, very soon. I'm going to share with you my screen and show you guys this. So I'm pretty excited about this because, well, actually, let me just make sure I'm on the right page. Okay, good. This is in the works. I'm still tweaking this. I had to go through because I actually created this a while ago, but just kind of highlight a couple of things here. So this is, guaranteed to save on travel, price match guarantee, earn points, redeem for free travel, share with others, get paid, your own dedicated travel concierge, create team residuals, plus more. And this is what a lot of people don't think about or talk about: discounted shopping, restaurant savings, etc. Yes, I want to save on travel. So that's the capture page right there. Again, still kind of tweaking this a little bit, but so that's the capture page. I got the sales page here. Get paid to travel. Again, it's all 100% travel focused. I got the video right here. I really like this video a lot, and you guys won't be able to hear it, but I'll mute it and I'll play it for you so you guys could see it right there. But it's just I like the video a lot. It has a really, really good flow, some good music to it. It's upbeat, and just talks about what we have the opportunity here to everything that's covered in here that you guys see on the bullet points off to the right is all covered there in that video. So hopefully, I just need to make a few more tweaks here, but hopefully this will be ready to rock. Okay.
Hey Dan, I'm going to answer Sim's question real quick. So
Yep.
Sim asked if there was all inclusive. So
Oh yeah.
there's not a real way to search it. So what you do is go on the public sites, find the hotel that you want with the inclusive, and then go into the travel portal and search for that hotel in the filter. That's what I recommend. And then when you choose the rooms, some of the rooms will say all inclusive if they offer it. You follow that kind of thing.
Yeah, when you're on the travel site, I'll just pop it up here real quick. When you're on the travel site, um, looking at the hotels, there I don't know if it's green or whatever it is, but there's a little bar there that specifically says um, all inclusive. So let me just type in.
Oh, I missed that. Okay,
I'll just go to Cancun.
you got a
I
better
think I
way.
think this is when you do any travel search. Cabos. I'm just picking anything here. So um, let me see if I can get some actual hotels to pop up here. All right. Anyway, uh, just give that a minute to load. But yeah, like it'll tell you right there. And like Bill said, I think you might be able to filter it by all inclusives. There
I know
isn't
you can.
I don't think there's an actual category up at the top where you can do
Yeah, I
that.
just
But
go like I said. I go out public and then I do search. In the
yeah,
filter, you can choose a hotel chain. The hotel you want.
crossing oceans and time zones. Like I know when I was searching here. Oh, there's the Vedanta, the one that I pulled that up the couple days ago. Remember that? Which I believe I thought that one was all inclusive, but I might be wrong. I know when I was scrolling through here, there was a little. Let me move this over here. There's somewhere on here where it specifically says all inclusive. I remember seeing that in searches in the past.
It would
Um,
probably be under the bullets. See the bullets where your arrow is right there, like where it says airport shuttle and all that kind of stuff and pool.
yeah, it might be in there. I thought it was an actual like one of these type of like little bars where it says 52% off. I thought it was there. Unless it was, I might be getting this confused with another section.
I love this
Um,
portal. I play with it all the time.
yeah, it might be in there. Yeah, okay. Well, maybe I was
Well, you know
mistaken.
what? Let's do you know a hotel that does Sim know a hotel that has all inclusive? No.
I
Just like
thought
you
this
said,
one was here. We actually looked at this. I thought that this one was.
when you go back, can you open up the filter? Go
Yep.
back to that. I'll show you something for Sim.
I'm just looking at the fine print there.
I got you. So go now, yeah, see the hotel name right there. So if you find what you're looking for, then you come here and you'll see it will always be cheaper. Never found when public pricings beat us. We always beat it. So just pop the hotel on there that you want to stay at.
Yeah, you could easily do a
Uh,
Google search and specifically type in all inclusive and whatever
yeah.
destination you want.
Now the
Uh,
other thing is real quick. We're not really doing a travel tutorial, but one thing you need to know, this is a real, it's like your own travel agent, engine. So inventory. One day you can look and a hotel's there, and the next day you look and that hotel's not there.
yep.
So that's how it goes. Okay, just so you know. So you may not see all the hotels that are out in public. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
Yeah. I wonder if you did. Let me just try this for a second. Cancun. I don't know if this will actually do it
Oh,
or
there it
not.
is. I see it.
Cancun all inclusive resorts.
Woo.
Let me just hit. Let me try searching this way. See if that does it.
Look at this. Look at this. Teamwork.
Yeah, Google search will probably be the easiest thing you can find because I'm sure that'll give the quickest list, and then you just come back here and look for that specific hotel.
Let's see what we got. Ooh.
Yeah, a lot of the ones that we were looking at, a lot of the ones that we're looking at. So I'm sure you just have to go into specifics. That's why I pulled this one up here. So let me see if I just type in
75% off.
inclusive, search that. Yeah, this deal is crazy. We showed this one before. If you went to Vedanta's website, it would literally be $1,200 a night. You come here and it's $320 a night. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Oh, breakfast daily.
I just booked for my daughter uh, for grad school graduation in May using the portal, and I got her. She's staying at the Yukon or Yuko Hotel. You ever hear of it? It's like a hip hotel right in Boston. Anyway,
For
but I say,
hipsters.
yeah, well, her age group. I'll stay there too. But it's I say, I saved a couple $100
Yeah.
compared to public.
Yeah. So anyway, I just do the Google search there. Back to the travel site. So yeah. Anyway, I'm hopefully within a week, I'll have this out. Probably sooner. You know me. I always say like, hey, and then it's ready sooner. So there's just a couple of things I want to tweak on this, and then I got to link everything up and put it into the app and get it ready to roll. But otherwise, this is just pretty much ready to go here. And the whole reason why one way flights so it's going to be a completely like right now we're using elevate my income, and one of the reasons why I wanted to do kind of um, a standalone website like that where one way flights or onewayflights.com. The original reason why I created that the way that I did is I wanted one way flights to be, and it says this in the sales video. You guys will hear this when it's ready. One way flights, I wanted to be like a state of mind. I wanted one way flights to be a feeling that all of us had, or anyone watching that or on that sales page going through that sales funnel. I wanted someone to have kind of that feeling, that emotion of, I want you to picture, and this is kind of how you can take this whole travel only sales funnel, is I want you guys to feel what it would be like in your life if every time you booked a trip, you just book one way because you had the freedom. And yeah, freedom, right? You just can jump around from destination to destination whenever you want because you can. You can, hey, I want to, you know what? We're going to say to my wife, hey, you want to go to Aruba this weekend? Sure. We just book a one way ticket and we go there and we stay there as long as we want. And then when we're ready, we either come home or we go somewhere else. We're just booking one way flights. So for me, when I created that, I wanted one way flights to be a state of mind. I wanted it to be a feeling. And I love that. I absolutely love that. So that's what I wanted to get across in that sales funnel, in that sales video, and help you guys or anyone that's going through it, help you guys create that to be in a place in your life where you can book one way flights. So hope that makes sense. And that's it. I think that's it for today. We've been on for 50 minutes here. Geez, I'm crow. I don't know where, like, sometimes we just jump in here and it's like, oh my gosh, we've been talking for 50 minutes. What the hell?
Yeah, I know. We we
But
we
it
uh we
happens.
we went freestyle today. I want to welcome LG. I see LG there. Hey, what's
Oh, is
up?
that Lyndon?
That's Lyndon. Yep,
Hey, how you doing?
he's back. He's back.
Good to see you. Good to see you. I know that guy. Oh, that
Yeah.
guy. Awesome. All right. Well, there you have it, my friends. Thank you guys for being here very, very much. Appreciate you. We'll get the replay up to the replay list very, very soon. Bill, thank you as always. And as you said, a lot of momentum going on right now. New funnels, even another funnel coming out too. So we're just going to be popping funnels and popping sales. New members are making sales. Don't forget, don't forget, don't forget. Today and tomorrow, what an awesome, awesome day, guys, to get out there and go crush out that replay webinar, the one that Kirsty did on Tuesday. So shout out to her for crushing that out. Go use that webinar replay. It's already popping sales. Pop sales on Tuesday night, pop sales yesterday. Get out there, go share that. Use the FOMO. Use that countdown timer because the timer expires tomorrow. Of course, we'll refresh it Saturday morning, but use that FOMO and go share that info there. So rock on. Bill, you good?
Yep. Just let me just say, do
What's wrong
some
with my
YouTube
lighting?
videos and go after, do some my econ verse videos. That's the theme this week.
Yeah.
My econ verse. Be respectful, but go after some. Just use the math. The math doesn't lie. Okay.
Yep.
The math is not insulting. It's good. Okay. But yeah,
Yeah.
do some videos. Let's share it with the world now, because right now I love the hype. The hype is good. This is the time. They're advertising for us. You get it? The more people to advertise this industry, the better it is for us. So
Hmm.
just go share your information, and all good. Thanks,
All right.
Dan. Thanks, everyone.
Appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys live tomorrow, Friday. Deuces. Have an awesome day.